Hello, hello. That's not an echo. That's me saying hello. Welcome, everybody. If you guys are coming in, welcome to the room. We just opened it up, so hopefully you guys can hear me. You hopefully can see me. Here, we'll go full screen so you guys can see me and hear me. What's up, you guys? If you can hear me, just go ahead and let me know in the chat. Welcoming those who are coming in the room: Patrick, Doug, Rudolph, Teresa, Jordan, Sarah, Robert, Pam, Daniel. Who else do we have here? Dondi, Gabby, April, Amati, Damien, yes, sir. Steve, Jeff, Mari, Shanika. Welcome, you guys. Let me just see who's popping in. Long time no see, says Doug. Hi from Houston, says Pam. Audio video looking good, says Gordon. Hello, says Jeff. Tony is thumbs up. Mari is hello. Hey, Robert. Gordon is coming in from LA. All right, me too. Audio and video all look okay and good. Awesome. Hello from San Diego. Welcome, Dondi. Good to have you here. Hey, Darren, how's it going? Hey guys, thanks for coming in. I'm really excited. I appreciate you guys coming in. Do me a favor. I want to this is kind of what I always kind of check in on. How many of you are Easy Webinar customers? And how many are not? I'd like to find that out. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know what that looks like. I'd like to know. Say yes or no. But yeah, or okay, cool. Longtime user. Previous customer, cool, Pam. We'll bring you back into the fray. We'll bring you back into the fun of it. Not yet, says Doug. Yes, customer, says Steve. Not yet, says Teresa. Not yet, Steve. Patrick, former customer, perhaps coming back. Okay, Robert. I was a previous customer. All right. Yeah, you guys. What's very interesting about what we've done over the last couple of years, a few years, is you were a full scope user going real far back. That's cool. Anyway, what we've done over the past few years is we've really gone all in on webinars, and we built this live engine that you're seeing in front of you, this live system. Right now we're casting it out to YouTube, so this is being sent to YouTube right now, and so it's pretty cool. And we've done this, and part of why you're here today is we talked about doing a little demo of some of the things we've built out recently, and some of those things are all around the power of AI, right? Obviously, with AI, things are cooking, right? So I was going to go into what we've recently built with AI to show you how, the problem that we typically have found is that people, the trouble is, it's not necessarily your offer or your program or anything like that maybe doesn't get results for webinars. Oftentimes it's the building of the thing. How many of you guys got sort of stuck in the building of the webinar? Like, you couldn't get the presentation up, you couldn't get the pages up, you couldn't get the email copy going, couldn't get the script for your webinar, you couldn't get any of those pieces working for you. Therefore, you never launched it, or maybe it was just too challenging. Maybe you spent hours and hours, 80, 100, 200 hours trying to get this stuff going, and it wasn't working for you. Let me know if that was you, or if you've ever experienced the challenge. Let's talk about this. Let's put it out there. The challenge of running a webinar. That's what I would say. I would say, what has been a challenge for running a webinar? Well, guys, let me know. On your side, what's been a challenge for you? Let me know. Is it the, how many of you done a webinar is a better question. Okay, Patrick says never attempted it. Who else here? Robert says creating the content, organizing the content, etc. Yes, on Zoom. Hello, Tudorach. Welcome. Cool. Greg, also evergreen. Shanika, challenge getting it started. All things you mentioned. Haven't won one. An opportunity has come my way that will be best executed with a webinar. Great. Done them often. Getting registrants to show up is a challenge. Right. Have done webinars on Zoom. Have done many. Always feel a little shaky with selling part, the sales pitch. Yeah, I mean, again, all those happen, right? Part of that is sort of pushing through and believing what you're offering and having conviction there, and fully knowing that your solution is the solution for them. That number one is the thing, right? And we all have this thing where we are, imposter syndrome. We feel like that. Yeah, I mean, again, sometimes when you get to the pitch, it can feel very scary. Sometimes I like to reframe it like this, though. That if you don't give them the opportunity of your solution, then they'll spin their wheels going a different direction and never get the solution, get the clarity, get the resolution, and solve the nagging problem, which will probably eventually change their life. So if you take yourself out of the equation and create more of a mission around why you're making your offer, then what happens is it's not you that's making the offer. It's not the you that has self-confidence issues, or the concern issues, or the money issues, or the hey, I need to pay for my kids' college issues, or any of those things. It's more like the mission of, if they don't go through this, if they didn't have this option, what would be their alternative, and how would that and how painful would that be if they spun their wheels out, not getting anything done, right? Not getting the result, right? And that's, the power of a webinar allows you to do many of those things, right? Awesome. I see. Have done many. Always feeling a little shit. Yeah. So Dondi, I hope that helped. Second month soon. I will do some nice things with it, from sound healing sessions to breathwork sessions. That's so awesome. We do many webinars and have several evergreens going. Conversions are okay, but could be better. Interested in the AI features. Cool. Well, I'll be showing those, by the way. We're going to go in. And again, my plan is to just share my screen. So, again, it's a live webinar. So sharing screen, we'll see if there's, if anything goes on. If you have any questions, you can ask while I do it. I'm still cooking with a ski snowboarding course idea. Too many ideas. Let's do them. I love it all. I think that's so great. Okay. So thank you for letting me know kind of where you guys are at with things. I am so what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to do the kind of the big reveal. So and because I don't want to waste your time, I want to kind of go in and show you what you can do and why it's beneficial, right? Again, I think you guys know why webinars are important. How many of you feel like you need a webinar? You know you need it, and it's just a question of, when and how to create it. Yeah? Okay. So that's what I really wanted to check. I wanted to make sure, because there's plenty that I could teach on this topic. And of course, I also teach about the framework of leveraging webinars. I could teach that if you need it, or we could go straight into building the thing with Easy Webinar straight away, because that's the option. This could be a 2-hour-long webinar or a 1-hour-long webinar. What do you guys want? Do you want me to just go in and build the sucker? I see a framework, the request for a framework, the request to build, framework, build. Oh, shoot, man. Well, then let me do the framework real quick. I'm going to do the framework real fast and then go in. And then we're going to go in. All right. All right. Now, I mean, it's you guys are hitting the middle right now. We've been running a webinar for 8 years. We've done multiple 8 figures. It's a book called Funneled Sales Team. I want a new template for selling 1K offer, no sales call. Yeah. That's easily done. Hillary, that's completely easily done. Now, the thing about it is that's the holy grail, right? Selling off of the webinar. That is the holy grail of all things, right? Book a call is easier because there's more room for error and more margin. But yes, this is the thing. There's some stuff that I'm going to share with you at the end that will get you there faster. Okay. So very first thing is I'm going to do a quick share. Okay. And we're going to go in and I'm going to talk about how to create, test, and scale $1 million webinars that land clients now and going into 2026. All right. I mean, we're in 2026. Here are just some things. I want you to take notes, walk away with this. It's going to be some good stuff. Then we're going to pop into showing how you can speed up everything with AI. All right. Once we cover some of this stuff. And then there's an opportunity to work with my team to do some really cool stuff, to take the guesswork out of everything and just crush some wonderful funnels. So let's dig in. We don't have to do this. I know what you guys are doing. Obviously, I'm just gonna bypass some of this stuff. But of course, who is this webinar for? Anyone who's got a skill or knowledge. If you've been thinking of building an online course or coaching program, service, I need a better way to knock out competition, land way more clients and customers. Obviously, this is for you. If you have a solution that impacts, all of you do, I know. And my goal for you on this webinar is to show you how to leverage webinars to create predictable flow of revenue and scale. Okay. The proven 3-step sales method that has generated millions of dollars for our clients and how you can use it in your webinars. All right. How to position yourself as the industry expert leader, how to choose the right content for your sales webinar, and how you can use the all-in-one system that we have to generate customers, keep your customers, and do all of this at lightning speed. All right. Now, if that sounds good to you, let's dig in. I'm going to actually change my picture. I'll just go down. Actually, I'm going to turn off my camera. So now you should see this full bore, full screen, right? Is that what you guys see right now? These are, of course, features of Easy Webinar where you can change your presentation, move yourself to the left, to the right, underneath, whatever you want to do. Okay, you have all these options, and any other presenters coming in have these options too. If you don't know me, no problem, John. If you don't know me, I'm Casey. I'm the founder of Easy Webinar, but I also do coaching and mentorship all around this stuff because I have been doing it for almost 14 years. I have helped with strategies for clients, where we've helped them with their funnel creation, their offers, their pitches, their messaging. But moreover, because I've run and consulted on more like 100+ webinars, generating 8 figures and more in total, really my superpower is providing sales and scalability systems to business owners so they can work less, create more impact, and make way more money. And we use our webinar system to do that, as well as aligning messaging, mission, and offer clarity. So let's dig in. I don't need to do this offer. So here, or this slide, but here's the old method right here. This is why we see that webinars are working, even though, we're hearing every single day, hey, webinars don't work. And, that people will use that webinars don't work in their marketing. That's basically a marketing tactic intended to sound salacious. Webinars really do work, but I will say that they've changed. There are certain things you need to do now in a webinar that is much different. Like, as an example, some of the things that I'm going to share with you today, I'm going to show you how with Easy Webinar, you could be doing follow-up calls with a built-in CRM system built into Easy Webinar that will auto dial everybody who came to the workshop, attended, maybe they attended but left early. You can decide who gets follow-up calls, and it's auto dial built into the system. So what we've done with Easy Webinars, we've realized that Easy Webinar is a conversion tool, right? The webinars are the conversion tool, but you need even more to convert, right? You need a sales CRM on the back end. And if you don't have one already, we've built one into the system that will project manage. It will qualify your leads. It will organize your leads, and it will allow you to reach out to those people through auto dial and close more deals. So I'm gonna show that to you in a little bit here, okay? But before we do, the old model, is the funnel where it's awareness, interest, desire, and action, right? This is the old funnel that historically has been what people see. Here's why the old model sort of sucks. It takes months to move a prospect down from the awareness to the action stage. And you need to spend endless hours of content production to get it right. You need a funnel for each stage in the flow chart. And connecting each funnel to the next stage means it's going to become complex spaghetti funnel, and that's just way too challenging to try to lift. It's just such a heavy lift. Whereas, when you don't use this, and I'm going to show you the better way to do it, it's cleaner. This model can take more than 2 months to perfect, right? And you're tweaking, refine, but it's not just one funnel. It's all these pieces put together, and so it's overwhelming. It actually takes probably more like 6 months to a year to really get this down. So what you actually need, you don't need a complex marketing funnel. You need a faster, simpler sales process, and this is it right here, right? It's just the 4-step webinar system, really simple. Awareness from an ad or any content that you're driving traffic to, into the interest, which is the masterclass landing page, the registration page, right? Easy Webinar has we have built-in registration pages, and of course, they are drag and drop. We have a really nice drag and drop editor, but beyond that, we now have AI that will build all this stuff for you, by the way. So the interest is the registration page, the desire, they watch the webinar. The action is they have a call to action of book a call or selling right off the webinar, and boom, you get sales. And this system, is a shorter period of time. It's just one thing that you have to work on perfecting, right? Just one thing. You don't have 5,000 different funnels. You have just one funnel. And it takes a prospect a particular level of desire and certainty to financially commit to something that we know, right? And the thing is, yeah, $47 or less, a lead magnet, right? $197 or less, if that's your price point, long form sales letter. But if you're selling anything over $200, you need a webinar to do it. And I don't care if you want to call that thing, a video sales letter that's 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes long. It's still a webinar. It's still a friggin' webinar. So you need to be able to sell anything over that price point, you're going to need a webinar. And if you don't know my story, I started off as a product creator a long time ago. I created a YouTube course. And before that time, I was a YouTube consultant. And before that time, I was in real estate. And when the market crashed during the recession, I went from a job where I was making, mid 6 figures to like 15,000. So I almost lost my house while I was going through this process of transitioning. Then I learned about YouTube. I saw the power of YouTube. I jumped in to start learning about, and then I found clients where I was doing video marketing for in YouTube. And then from there, I started building a course. And I built a YouTube course. It took me 6 months to build, which was way too long. But by the time I launched it, no one was buying it. Crickets. I tried everything. I tried social media. I tried forums. I tried everything I could. The only thing that allowed me to actually start to generate sales was a webinar. Okay, hands down, the only thing. And the reason it was effective is because I took away all the expectation from it. Many of you guys, when you talked to me just now, you said, "Oh, I'm nervous of the pitch," or "What if I don't pitch right? What if I don't have the right slides? What if I don't have this? What if I don't have that?" And I'm going to tell you right now, all that is noise. It's bullshit. You don't need any of it, to be honest with you. You could just be in front of the camera talking to your audience and sharing a result with them, and they'll come through, because you're building a human to human connection with this stuff. That's the goal, right? And when I took the pressure off of myself when I first started out, because I was terrible at presenting. I had a stutter, and I was an oversharer, and I didn't know what to price my product at. So what I started doing is live, no pitch webinars, just every single week. And here's where I see people going back to this. Okay, I want you to take note of this. All right, please take note of this. there are people now who have gone back to this model. First, they went, the model changed. They were doing a lot of like automated webinars. Automated webinars got so popular. People were doing automated webinars, building funnels where hands off, right? And that became very, very popular. And then it lost its popularity, I think. And then and now it's kind of on this research. But what's also on this resurgence is the idea of human connection, because of this thought and possibility of being over AI'd. I mean, how many of you guys are just, consumed with AI? AI is in your face at all times, every time, right? And people are still wanting that human-to-human connection. So I've seen coaches. These are coaches that are 8-figure annual coaches who've changed their business models completely around and now have gone towards more live workshops weekly. And again, if you just show up, throw yourself on camera, right? And talk, hear the problems your people are having and give solutions, that can be better than any other marketing ploy that you may put into effect, right? So I want you to think of a webinar as fluid. There is no such thing as a perfect webinar. And I've seen a lot of people who have gone through what they thought was a perfect webinar only to fail and burn out miserably. So that's one of the reasons why I'm sharing this with you now. I'm sharing with you now this information because of the fact that if you basically need to remove the pressure, just do what you do best, which is solve problems, okay? Solve problems. That's really all you need to do. And when I started doing that on my webinars, when I started actually posting, doing these free no-pitch webinars and just sharing value, people started asking me, where can I buy? Where can I buy? Do you have a program? Where is that? So that was valid for me to know. That validated the fact that I was creating the program in the first place. And then I started to sell. And then within my first year of running webinars on a weekly basis, I built an email list of 14,000 people, and I made $245,000 selling my online course. That was my first experience with, that was in the first 12 months of using webinars. Now, why should you use webinars? I think you know why. Your ideal customer comes to you in masses. You'll start making more sales, helping more people who need your product, all while working less and spending more time on higher level actions in your business, right? You won't have to do so many sales calls, right? You will now be able to do the one-to-many way of positioning your offer, your messaging, and then have calls on the back end after they've been indoctrinated. You probably can have just one salesperson instead of 6. We have a customer who that they were able to get rid of 6 sales members and just have one after they installed a webinar in the right in the front.
Before, hi, I'm Candace, and I always like to start with a thought of the day. One, because I love inspiration and QuickBooks. I know they are a random combination, but also because maybe you were busy, you were doing something else, and you were like, am I going to get there on time? So it just kind of gets us all in the same place. I'm going to be pulling from the Life Loves You deck. I love this. I always do this on the beginning of every call. I don't know. It just feels like a good way to start. And you're probably thinking, oh, this is going to be different than any other QuickBooks class I've been to before. And yes, it is. All right, so let's see. What are we meant to hear today? I got 2. Hold on. Go this way. I am worthy of my own love is our thoughts. I am worthy of my own love. It's got like a little, let's see if I can pick it up there. You can see it. I am worthy of my own love is our thought for today. Write a love note to yourself. What is it that you most need or want to hear right now? So this is a little thought. We always start with that. And I think it's a good thing to be thinking, how am I going to be kind to myself? Because it's easy when you get in here and we start learning QuickBooks, you're like, oh, I didn't know I wasn't doing that properly, or, oh, I've made that mistake. And maybe you came here with like something specific you want to learn. You want to learn exactly how to enter bills. You want to learn how to create invoices. Or maybe you're like, I'm brand new and I don't know what I need. Maybe you've been using QuickBooks for years. Either way, as I share with you later, I've got something for you today. If you want to know what to expect, I'm going to share some slides. Then we're going to jump in. I have both QuickBooks desktop and online. So whichever one you're using, if you're thinking about switching from desktop to online, I've got you covered. If you've been using desktop for years, yet you're ready for some more, I have desktop too, so no worries. You need a pen and paper. You can choose to do a PDF as I'm starting to share my slides. You can do a PDF if you want at candacekamper.com/PDF, but really a pen and paper is all you need. I just want to take notes as I'm going through so you can implement the things that I'm teaching you. Y'all ready? All right, so welcome to the 3 secrets to customizing QuickBooks. This is what I want you to start thinking about. What would it be like to stop second guessing yourself and show up to your next tax appointment with confidence? I want to give you some tips and strategies today for that, but what would that be like? Is that one of your goals? Let me know, because my goal for you is, yes, to feel confident the next time you open up your QuickBooks file. So whether that's later today or tomorrow, depending on when you're going to jump into QuickBooks next. But I also want you to, and I know that this might sound crazy, you might be like, what, that's possible? But I want you to actually be excited for your tax appointment. I mean, I teach QuickBooks, and I don't know if I'm excited for my tax appointment, but I definitely don't worry about it. And I think that's what I want you to do. I want you to feel like you have everything you need, and when you go to your tax appointment, you can just give them a few pieces of paper and you're good to go. Let me know if that makes sense. Now, a bonus tip that I'll give you is throughout the year, you want to be looking at your reports, but you want to think about when are you going to meet with your tax professional to look at your books, okay? So as you get close to the end of the year, whether that's Q3, Q4, you want to be considering making a tax appointment, because if you're waiting till tax time to consider tax planning, you're a little behind. Whether you do that now or you do that in the future, just write on your note that maybe you want to think about taxes and planning ahead of time. I do not do taxes, but I am an entrepreneur, I'm a business owner, and it's one of the things we all have to think about, right? We're only going to be here for about an hour together, so do the best to remove distractions, whether it was social media or you're trying to make a phone call while you're here. I get it, but do your best, because I speak relatively quickly, and you might ask me, hey, could you repeat what you just said? And I'll have no idea where I was at in the training. Yes, there will be a replay, don't worry. But you want to stay here. You want to be as present as possible so that you can start implementing this within your QuickBooks. So I'm curious, let me know. Are you one, brand new to QuickBooks and you're not sure where to start? Are you a 2, you're stressed every time you go to make an entry because you're unsure if you're doing it correctly? Or are you here because you're a 3, you've started figuring out QuickBooks, but you realize there's more you want to learn and more you want to be able to do with the software, and you're ready to keep learning. So let me know in the chat, 1, 2, or 3. I know sometimes I'll get something like a combination, and that's okay too. But this is the thing, this is just about reflecting on where are you at with your QuickBooks, so you know where you want to get to next. Wherever you're at on your QuickBooks journey, I fully support you. Whether you've been using QuickBooks for 15 years, you're like, that's me, or 5 years, or you're brand new, there will be something for you today to take away. I shared that earlier, but I just want to remind you of that. QuickBooks is a journey, and we love supporting you along it. So grab a pen and paper. I will remind you this a few more times. I think it's the teacher in me. I want to make sure you get something you take away that you can start implementing since you're spending your time being here. If we've never met, hi. As I said before, I'm Candace. This is my little family. These are our 2 boys, and that is my husband, Jonathan. We live out of Northern California. Often I get asked that question. And you might be thinking, which I get asked pretty regularly, why do you teach QuickBooks? You have such a different perspective. The fact that I pulled an inspirational thought at the beginning of this workshop proves that I just look at life and business differently than the average accountant style person or somebody who's going to teach you QuickBooks. And it's really, the reason I do this is, 1, I love teaching. It is